What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be speaking about what can feel like the ultimate relationship mirrors between two people in Synastry. And that is because of having what is known as double whammy aspects between yourself and somebody else. Having the double whammy aspects with someone, it can actually make a relationship feel like you and somebody else are experiencing the exact same things within this relationship with each other. And that can be something very magical to experience with somebody, but it can also at times be something that does bring challenges and it can feel a bit challenging to deal with. But essentially, when it comes to double whammies, this is when the same planets in your chart are aspecting your partners and they're aspecting each other in both directions. For example, take an example like your Venus is squaring your partner's Mars and their Venus is also squaring your Mars. So these two planets are aspecting each other in both directions between your birth chart and their birth chart, and that's a double whammy. And essentially when that happens, it's like the universe is saying that two people are here to learn a lesson together. And when it comes to having double whammies with somebody, this is something very powerful because when it comes to the effect of having the double whammy can create this mirror-like effect, and both the people can also experience this feeling of going through the same thing because they are going through the same energy. And when it comes to what one is feeling, they're not just going through that on their side, but the partner is also going through the same thing and feeling that energy too. And hence, when it comes to double whammies, it can also be an intense feeling, but also a very mutual feeling when it comes to the feelings in that connection. Because with double whammies, both people are experiencing the same aspects. When it comes to the way they feel about each other, this can also mean that they are able to empathize with each other and quite deeply when it comes to things like their feelings or even things like their reactions, which can bring about the strong sense of connection between two people. So let's take, for instance, a double whammy between Venus and Mars in two people's Synastry charts. This is going to bring about a lot of feelings of a romantic and even strong physical pull between two people, and it's almost magnetic. It is something that does feel like two people also being able to experience what feels like they can't get away from each other, and that feeling can be mutual. Also, take for example a double whammy between Mercury and the Moon. Here it's going to affect the way that they express, and when it comes to double whammies between Mercury and the Moon, this can also have its challenges as well as also having its pros, because even though sometimes it does click and sometimes two people can be on the same page, especially when it comes to being able to express, when it comes to them having a hard time or difficulty in being able to express themselves, they can also have a hard time hearing each other, and hence it can also be challenging. And with this aspect bringing the focus here, both partners are actually going to feel this need to be able to talk about their feelings and also learn how to communicate more effectively with each other around their feelings. And it can feel like a difficulty in trying to figure out how to express those emotions, and when it comes to the two partners, they can share in that feeling of how come you don't understand me, or how come you don't just get me. And essentially when it comes to having double whammies, it amplifies things. It is a sense of having a double dose of energy between two people when it comes to where that double whammy is occurring and what aspect is occurring between the two planets. If it is like more harmonious aspects, things flow naturally and harmoniously within the connection. So trines, sextiles, it can feel like somebody that you've known forever, or it feels like there's a sense that this person is somebody who being together with them just makes sense. However, on the other hand, when it comes to the more challenging aspects like squares, oppositions, this can also feel like being stuck in a loop with somebody, and it can feel like it's the same loop that you're going through with somebody. Take for instance if it's like a double whammy that you share with somebody between the planets of Mars and Pluto. This can actually feel like a lot of power struggles or even stubbornness, even a unwillingness to back down when it comes to the connection with somebody and feeling like you're going through that same dynamic with somebody, or a double whammy between Saturn and the moon, it's going to feel like a sense of responsibility or a heaviness that you feel like you're carrying, but the partner also feels like they're carrying that same weight in the relationship right with you. But it's not that double whammies are here to break you or break your relationship. They are also meant to help you grow within this relationship with each other. It's like you're learning the same lessons together. And with them, there's often the sense of we're in this together. And at times having double whammies with somebody can also feel quite karmic, because with double whammies, both the people are here to learn a lasting lesson from each other within this relationship. They tend to show up in relationships that are going to teach a deep lesson to be learned within a relationship with somebody. And for that reason, it's not just about love, it's also about being able to experience what feels like transformation, growth, and even understanding. Kind of like somebody has been sent into your life for a reason. And especially when the outer planets are involved, or even the North Node or the South Node are involved in the double whammy aspect, this is where you get the fated encounters, or you get the karmic connections with someone. Because essentially when it comes to having a double whammy with someone, yourself and that person are working through the same things and themes in this life. Whether that be learning to trust somebody, learning to balance things like independence and togetherness, and even when it comes to learning to break down emotional walls, it's very likely that you and this person have a common lesson that you are learning or working through. And so one way to use double whammies is that wherever double whammies are occurring between which planets can actually show where the focus of the relationship is. And whether it is Mercury, it could be communication, Venus, it could be love, or Saturn, it could even be responsibility. Wherever the double whammy is occurring is going to show where the relationship is asking you to focus on. And since there is this mirroring kind of effect, this is also something that's going to help with being able to actually show you what both you and your partner are feeling. And so because of that, it's actually kind of like a reflection is one way to see it, rather than seeing it as somebody's actions, your partner's actions being separate. You can think of it as more like a reflection of what you're working on. And when it comes to having this mirroring effect that comes from having a double whammy with somebody, even in times where it is involving having challenging aspects between yourself and someone else, it is also reflecting back to you that what you're going through is something that the other person is also going through, and that both of you are feeling it, as far as both of you feeling it. And with double whammies, it can feel like the person you're in relationship with is playing out the same script as you. Like they are feeling the same thing that you are feeling. Like what you feel, they feel too, but from your perspective. And that's the effect of having a double whammy with someone. And hence, it does feel like the ultimate mirroring in a relationship between two people. And it can feel like the things that somebody else feels are the same things that you feel. It can feel like a coincidence, but with the double whammy, it's not a coincidence. It's the effect of having a double whammy aspect in your Synastry chart with someone. Well, that does it on this video about double whammy aspects in Synastry. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it helpful. And if you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. Well, that is where I love and leave you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.